Hi. Hey, there's been some amazing experiences with the frankincense stick that I want to tell you about because you will want to have this if you don't yet. So, this stick is expected to be created for skin cancer. It contains frankincense and nile wood. Nile wood is similar to sandalwood and it has a lot of anti-cancer, anti-tumor properties. However, we also knew that this was created with eczema and psoriasis in mind as well. Well, my first use of this was actually for poison ivy. Our youngest came down with poison ivy. He tends to have very strong reactions to skin issues. It's how we got started with oils in the first place. And he was itching and it was frustrating to him and it looked miserable to watch him. And so I said, hey, why don't you put this on, see what it does. I didn't know what to expect. Usually in that situation, I like to use Serenity Stick because we all know that lavender is very soothing to the skin. So he put this on face, neck, chest, arms, every place where the poison ivy was. And for like 6 hours, he never said a word. Reapplied when it started itching again. And in less than 48 hours, he was done. He was done applying. He was done itching. He was done complaining. It resolved it very, very quickly. So a week or two later, my mom FaceTimes me and she said, hey, out of nowhere, I have this weird rash on my neck. She says it itches. It's really keeping me up at night. It's really driving me crazy. So she came over. I gave her a frankincense stick and I'm like, try this. She puts it on. Before she even left my house, not even an hour later, she said, I can tell that it's working. So she reached out to me a day or two later. And she said, I am shocked at how well this works. I don't have to apply it very often. It's letting me get really great sleep at night. So then, just this week, I had a friend come over and she is somebody who has had eczema on her hands her whole life. And she said, I hate going into winter. It always gets worse. I don't try to wash my hands any more often than I have to because that makes it worse. I try to keep them as dry as I can. And I said, well, try this. So she puts this on her hands while she's at my house. And within 15 minutes, she said, okay, there's something in this. I can feel that it's working. My hands feel differently. I'm excited to keep using this. So I have been using this. I tend to have some sunspots like right there. And so I apply the frankincense stick to my skin every single night. I know it's not going to help immediately, but I am looking forward to having more kind of resilient, clearer skin going into next summer's time in the sun. So I also know that this is going to be really great for shingles. So I encourage you to grab one of these because when you're in those situations where you're miserable, you don't want to have to wait a few days for this to come in the mail. So add this to your next order, and anybody that you can think of that is kind of dreading going into winter skin-wise, this is going to be something that they're going to want to have.